So now in the event that the .exe files will no longer open properly, and instead you get some kind of error that says the Windows Explorer does not know how to open it, in this case the virus has hijacked itself into the file types, so that anytime you try to open a .exe file, it will instead run the virus and try to scare you into buying more of their garbage. One of the ways you can get around this is to fix the registry yourself. This involves a little bit of registry work that is a little bit beyond the casual user. Any damage you do to the registry will seriously harm your computer more than any fake antivirus or anti-spyware computer program would do. Very carefully, just pay attention. Notice that I'm not going to change anything other than just the affected files. So what you're going to do is go down to the start button, you're going to type run, and you're going to type command.com. I would say type regedit or just regedit. However, since that is a .exe type of file that is in the Windows, it won't necessarily run because the virus has hijacked it, so .exe files will not open properly. So typing in command.com will bring up the typical Windows DOS display, and from here you can type in regedit and have it open properly. And from here you can see the different types of portions on your computer. One of the things you want to do is make sure the virus does not automatically start by itself, and so one of the ways you can do this is to go to the settings for the local machine itself, expand this setting here, and go to software, and from here you can go all the way down to Microsoft, and when Microsoft is open, scroll all the way down to Windows, type in or open Windows current version, and from here you can see all of the different things. You need to go down to just run. These are all of the programs and commands that will start automatically when Windows does. It is very similar to what I showed earlier in the CCleaner startup. This one is a little bit harder to do though, because if you screw something up here, it will seriously harm you later. Now these are all legitimate files that I wanted here to begin with, but sometimes the virus will implant itself here so it starts to begin with. Run once and run once X are kind of similar but not necessarily used. They aren't used as often, I should say. Run is the one you want to make sure you do not have any malware in. And so I'm going to exit out of here and go back to the root. Hitting the left key will automatically collapse all of those. I have a text file in case such a thing ever happens like this. You want to go to HKey classes root, which is this one here. When it opens, or when it expands, it will display a list of all of the .exe, etc., all of the extensions that the computer knows. So for instance, a .8be file, etc., all of these are the different file types that a Windows computer system encounters. So a .cab, which is an archive type of file, bootscan, AVI in particular is the movie type of files. And so what I'm looking for is a .exe file right here. So I can scroll down, or if I wanted to, I can just hit E and it will automatically start me in the E's. I scroll down to EXE file, and there it is right there. I'm going to open it and go to shell because that's the next in the commands here, and from shell to open to command. And you can see command here. The default is the one that you want to change to this string of information here, if it's not already. Otherwise it won't run properly, and so you want it to be quotation mark, forward slash, quotation mark, no space, percent symbol, 1, forward slash, quotation mark, space, percent, asterisk, quotation mark, and that will change it to what it should be when the computer runs normally. The same thing for isolated command, or exiting Windows Registry Editor and the command.com. One way you can do this is to save this particular string of text here as a text file, go to Save As, in my case, I'm just going to save it to the desktop as EXE registry fix. And I'm going to change the extension from a txt to .reg. I'm going to click save and exit that. And now instead of a regular text file, it's a registry editor file. And so double clicking on this, I will get a pop-up box saying I want to add this information to the registry. I will click yes, and it will do so automatically. And it's successfully entered, and so that essentially fixed the problem as the virus might have caused.